Hi folks, my name is Lionel Johnson here with Bison Transport, and I am sitting here with Rob and Marius, so we'll have them introduce themselves in just a quick moment. But we're going to be speaking about ELDs and really looking at it from a driver's perspective. And ELDs, the mandate as of time that we're filming this is 139 days away, so we'll get lots into really the ins and outs of ELDs and what a driver should be thinking as of today. So how about Rob, if we could have you introduce who you are and what your role is at Bison, please?
Sure. Rob Penner, President and CEO of Bison Transport and former driver at Bison Transport.
Great, and you've been here with Bison how many years now?
I've been here since 1991.
1991, great. Well, thank you, Rob, for being here. And Marius?
Hi, my name is Marius. I'm with Bison since 2010. My role in the company is a driver and in-cab instructor, teaching new drivers the way how we process everything.
Great. How many years or how long have you been an in-cab instructor?
Last 4 years.
4 years. Okay, great. So just over half of your time then, I guess, at Bison?
Yes,
yeah.
indeed,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah, very
indeed,
good.
yes.
Okay, well, thank you for spending time with us today and bringing the driver and the in-cab instructor perspective here as well. So yes, gentlemen, as I mentioned, the ELD mandate is just 139 days away. I know over the last number of years I've worked very closely with driver recruiting, and we'd have, years ago, drivers would call and find out we're on ELDs and actually hang up the phone, right? And those days seem long over, and it's clear that this mandate is coming and we're moving forward with it. So we have been quite vocal actually on ELDs, and Rob, I was hoping to start with you here. One of our initial blog posts that you had authored was talking about the difference of a compliance tool versus an efficiency tool. Could you explain a little bit more about that and how we view ELDs?
Sure. So for any of our drivers who have been here for less than 25 years, they will have always experienced Bison as a compliant fleet. So we've been very focused on hours of service and compliance for a long time. So for us, ELDs are not a tool to ensure compliance. They are actually an efficiency tool for our driver. As far as avoiding the paperwork, it's pretty straightforward to record their time. And for us, it gives us better visibility as to the driver's time. So our intent is to leverage that tool to make sure that drivers can be as productive as they possibly can while they're out on the road.
Okay. Very good, yes, and I think a lot of drivers have seen it more as a compliance tool, right? It's the companies just trying to get more information on what they're doing and when, so quite a different perspective there, Rob, yeah.
As an industry, it's a big brother mindset, but we've had a close watch over compliance for many years to protect our drivers and their livelihoods as well as ourselves. So for us, it's not about that. It's an absolute opportunity to be better.
Right. Now, Rob, there are companies right now that are just moving on to ELDs, and there are, believe it or not, there are carriers that haven't even started the journey to ELDs, again with 139 days away. Could you briefly speak to why did Bison move to ELDs? And we've been 100% on ELD since 2014. So why did we make that move back a number of years ago?
It's always best to do things at your pace and with your goals in mind, to be pressured to come under the gun last minute to install technology, especially technology like ELDs, before your fleet's been performing and is functional in proper management of driver resources. We saw it as an opportunity for us. We know it's coming. It's the right thing to do. It's the right thing to do for our drivers. Plus, I go back to the more we see, the better off we are as far as being better at what we do. And our job is to service our customers with the resources we have. The most critical resource is our driver, and to make best use of our driver's time is our objective. So we didn't see this as a compliance challenge at all.
Okay. Very good. And Marius, if I could just ask you a little bit about your personal experience. So you've been a driver now at least with Bison since 2010. When did you first start using ELDs, and what was your first experience?
It was relief, to be honest. Always was the factor when you are the customer and it's just you have to do something with take the paper log. You need to find out where are you exactly. put the right information in there to avoid any evaluations. Right now, using ELDs is just like so much easy. I can say it just, you just add the customer, you just hit the button, okay, done, and it's exactly the location where and you don't have to worry just about all those valuation what can be there for you, and you just avoid them. It's just like so easy. And to be honest, if you go and ask me if I want to go to the paperwork back, no. Because the answer is no. It is so simple, so easy, and in my perspective, it's nothing to be afraid of. It's just so easy to operate this. In the driver part, and also in my student parts, when they coming, they new to the industry, and right now we have to go through step by step, using just only one thing. You have to, every time when you stop, you have to change the duty status,
Right.
and the reason why you're stopping, and it's just so easy. Yes.
Marius, do you notice a difference between drivers that have many years of experience like yourself compared to new drivers? For someone that's new to the industry, they don't know anything other, right? They've never used paper logs, but do you notice a difference in terms of how they look at them or how they use them?
More experienced drivers, they are afraid because over the years, when they were using the drivers, they were using the paper logs. You get used to it, and you're always afraid of something new. It's just
Right.
like every time you see something new, you're afraid. In that case, again, you don't have to be afraid. It's just so simple, so easy. And students, they are walking into straight in, and like you mentioned before, in our company we have ELDs for a long time. Then pretty much we ready there with the ELDs, right?
And have you had any other personal experience, say, with a driver in the past, one of your students that was hesitant, and then once they went on to ELDs, was their experience the same as yours, or do you have any thoughts on that?
Every person, I can say, have a different way dealing with the stressful situation where it's something new, right? And once they start processing, it's every day you can see the students getting new experience. They start like it, and after, before you know it, it's just like love it. I don't want anything else. It's like so simple. Yes.
Great, very good, thank you. All right, so Rob, as I mentioned, again, ELD mandate's coming up very soon, right? 139 days away. So if there are any drivers out there right now and the carrier they're driving with either has just started the ELD process or hasn't even started the process, what thoughts or advice would you have for those folks?
Well, I'll go back to Marius's answer. The paper log is, the driver has the ability to have a discretionary use of their time, and their fear of an electronic log is that discretion goes away, right? Certainly on the 14-hour window. So, the cautious use or discretionary use of time is to conserve time, really to make up for inefficient planning. That's all it is. And so for us, our focus is on efficiency and maximizing our opportunities to earn for our drivers and for ourselves. So if a driver's not on ELDs yet and their company hasn't prepared for ELDs as of this moment, be ready for a rough start, because there is a lot of work coordinating planning and operations and the driver's needs and abilities, really. So you really have to relearn how to plan. You have to get really good at planning, because a driver's not going to give up the wages they're accustomed to. So really, we look at it to say, if you're used to earning or running 3,000 miles a week and you're on paper logs and you've had the ability to be discretionary with your logging of time, once that goes away, there will be a penalty and a tax. So the carrier either has to be prepared to pay the driver more to do less, or the driver has to accept doing less until the carrier is really, really good at putting it all together. And you know, I lived through our experience here at Bison where we didn't really care about hours of service. We cared about maximum productivity. And it took us a long time to transition to not punishing the driver. And so, you know, that's something that drivers need to be aware of. And if you are going to be a driver, and this is a great industry, you have an ability to earn a good living, and it's a great career, and respect is up for commercial drivers. So, you know, if you're going to be in this industry, make a commitment to being in this industry, you should be pushing your fleet to be at the front edge of that and get their experience before it's too late.
You know, we have a number of comments that we get through our social media channels where some drivers actually have made the transition to ELDs, and it you know, hasn't been positive right at the start, just for some of the reasons that we're talking about. And our perspective on it has been that if you have inefficient shippers and inefficient carriers, and then you put ELDs on top of it, then it's really detrimental to the driver. Where the way we've responded to those comments is that our expectation is that this is going to force shippers and carriers to be more efficient, and it's going to shine the light on dark spots in our industry, but ultimately that will take the responsibility off of the driver's back and put it where it should be on the carriers and shippers. Rob, you look like you'd like to add something.
Sure. So I'll just tell you that we're properly aligned. It's about using the tool, as we've stated before, best use of a driver's time. We have more visibility than we've ever had. We can take that information, and even if it's not right on this trip, we take that same information back to the customer and make sure that we find improvements over time, or that we get paid and subsequently pay for that inefficient use of time. So we're expecting these tools to make us better. We're expecting the driver has 70 hours to make a living. We have to make use of that 70 hours, and there's no discretion, right? The 14-hour window is a hard stop, no ifs, ands, or buts. And so every day we want to have an accountability for time, and that we work with our driver very closely to make sure that they get what they need out of their day.
Okay, thanks. So just to wrap things up here then, we've talked about a number of the ins and outs around ELDs from a driver's perspective. Is there anything that you would like to share as a parting thoughts at all, Rob, to anyone watching this, or Marius?
You start.
All right, go ahead.
The way how I see it is, it's the ELDs is a good thing. Our time on the road will be, like Rob said, we will make 70 hours more efficient.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing. Second would be for our customers be on time. That's part where the dispatch will look after us.
Right.
He will see what's going on. There will be no surprises for him.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh my goodness, driver calling me, he doesn't have hours in the middle of the trip. No, he's aware. We can do the switch if it's necessary to be on time. But that's when we can make the shipper, receiver happy, be on time.
Mm-hmm.
And for us as drivers, we can I'm thinking about avoiding any evaluations though, which is important. It's just we will have me as a driver, I don't have to worry. It's just like everything is there. Is in my part is only just be on time to click, switch the duty status where I am, what I do, and at the scale I don't have to worry.
Yeah.
I just go through and with big smile.
Yeah. So in terms of stress, that must remove a lot of stress from a driver.
Indeed,
then.
yes. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's just like you go into the scale and you just have a big smile and you know what you have. Yes.
Well, that's you know, that must be make a great difference for drivers, and obviously there's a lot of drivers out there that aren't driving with that level of comfort and knowledge, knowing that they are within the bounds of the different regulations. So.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, and Rob, do you have any closing comments?
Well, for us, the technology's been there for a long time, and we continue to work hard in the public eye and in the eyes of government to raise the image of a professional driver and also raise the qualifications of professional drivers. And this is just one of those tools. We can't say we're professionals and then want to create our own rules and boundaries. So The roads are so different than they were 20 years ago. The congestion, the state of the roads is in and of itself a challenge for our drivers, and the drivers get beat up pretty good on those roads. But the level of congestion and all of these things, we share the roads. We don't own the roads.
Right.
And if we're going to share the roads, we want to be responsible. We want to be leaders. We should be known as leaders. We shouldn't be fighting things like this. It does contribute to road safety. It does contribute to efficiency, and it does contribute to a better industry. And we're looking forward to getting this D-Day behind us and having the industry play in a level playing field and actually make better jobs for professional drivers, so the more people want to enter this industry.
Right.
There will be professional drivers here for a long, long time to come, and we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, that's a great point, Rob. This will definitely make it a lot more desirable for people to come into the industry when they know that they're going to be following the rules of the road and the law, and that they will be used efficiently and be able to maximize their miles. So great comments there. Well, thanks, Rob and Marius, for joining us today and sharing your vast experience from the trucking industry. And thanks to everyone for watching today. We actually do have an A to Z guide around ELDs for drivers, and we'll have the link in the description of the video below. But please make sure that you like and subscribe to our Facebook page and our YouTube channel to be able to get more content like this. And comment below. We will be on top of all of our comments and be able to make sure that we're giving responses and sharing additional resources around ELDs and other topics as well. Thank you.